On November 19th, 2021, Mama opens his doors to the World Between Words exhibition, curated by Ratri Notusadeerjo. We follow the works of Ada M. Patterson, Jihad Connor, Gilang Anomanik, and Tahona through a winding labyrinth where narratives and stories of migrative realities are told through intimate encounters and forms of storytelling left outside the established linguistic frameworks. In the year 2021, we also experienced ongoing lockdown after lockdown, and the exhibition closed mid December. Now, well within 2022, we bring you a video tour, Labyrinths Between Lockdowns. In this space, we introduce you to the storytellers and their works, with a special performance by Be Almighty. World Between Words centers on post-colonial narratives, and we ask each artist in what way this is shaped in their practice and what story are they trying to tell. As the situation had asked us to isolate and social distance, each artist, wherever in the world they were sitting, working, or sleeping, to send us a pre recording of their thoughts and explanations. So, what you're hearing today is a mix of floating answers sewn together while you listen either at home, cooking or cleaning, on your way to work, or just sitting somewhere in a park. Whilst walking through the street on a cold, crisp evening, a flash of light whiskers past your nose and you stumble back. It runs left, and you dart towards it at a fantastic speed, but it seems to have slipped under a glass door. As your body abandons the chase, you take a deep breath, and looking straight at you is a great translucent labyrinth. You enter. The first artwork you encounter while entering the showroom is by Ada M. Patterson.
My name is Ada M. Patterson, and I'm an artist and writer. The work I'm showing in Worlds Between Words is a small collection of textiles from the series Kanga for the Present. I started making kanga during the passage of Hurricane Dorian in 2019. My mother gave me this practice. Each kanga has a name which prays, prophesies, hopes, wishes, blesses, laughs, mocks, criticizes, warns, teaches, imagines, protects, curses. And you gift a kanga to a person for whom its name is meaningful. That is to say, you gift a kanga and its message usually with someone in mind. I started making kanga as a means to find what little words I could muster for what was happening across the Caribbean and what is still happening, what will continue to happen in our climate-queered world, in our world queered by crisis. With these newest kanga, I wanted to speak more to an experience of turbulence happening in my own body and in the world around me. These works wonder what words there might be for precarious, changing bodies in a precarious, changing world. For me, making kanga is a way to hold my own narrative, especially in a world where narratives like mine never stay securely in my own hands. It's not only important that I conjure these visions in fragmented words, but what matters is that you can hold them and wrap them around you. It's a way to keep myself and my loved ones safe, warm, and whole.
Approaching the inward spiral, there is an emerald glow and the thud of a different drum. A growing tinge inside your body pinches you a warning, yet you move closer. Small ceramic rocks play peekaboo within your vision. You follow them, and two great monsters emerge. You see they are eager to pull you into a storyful rhythmic listening. They unfold the journey of their experiences throughout the labyrinth in a language you're not familiar with. The next artist faces us with the monster of the labyrinth, with a video work titled Demonstrating the Untamable Monster.
Hi, my name is Cihat Caner. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey, but currently I'm based in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. I would like to talk about my artistic practice and what I do and how I do what my interests are. I focus on the politics of the image by questioning mainstream image making methods that generate dialogue for and around socio-political issues. I have been mainly working with video, photography, CGI, music, and installation. But recently I started to experiment with sculpture and lecture performance. My projects are research based, and I use contemporary and historical references and examples to confront issues related to representation, authority, marginalization, language, and the process of image production, circulation, and utilization. And in each work, I aim to create alternative forms of expression. And my works are populated by fictional characters who become a cast for my scripts. And these characters are often in multi-language, and they become the protagonists of my non-linear and metaphorical narratives I build. And I use humor and absurdity to critique about sociopolitical status quo. Um, my intellectual monsters can talk and sing about being in a monster body. United Nations Green Marble can tell you about the history and the gossips from its place. Yeah, these are some of the characters I work with.
As we listen to the different artists and listen to the way their works are shaped and formed, we also invite music to the space. Music as a way to hold and explore narratives, and a special performance by Jesse Kemi, also known as Be Almighty.
My name is Be Almighty. I have been invited today by Ratri to present some of my music for the Worlds Between Words web tour. I have been working on this music over the past 2 years, and it is a reflection of some of the stories that I have gathered and some of my personal journeys over this time. I grew up as half Black, half Jewish, and I grew up in a place that was largely Muslim in Asia. And because of that, I never really had any part of myself that looked like the people around me, or at least the native people. Not to mention the fact that even in my heritage, I did not fit in with both sides of my family because I was either too westernized or not westernized enough. This has always been a big part of my identity. And because of it, I ended up having to learn how to forge my own identity and not so much base it on any other person's example.
Hey. Yeah. Be Almighty. Is it?
Is it?
They say don't meet your idols. They have more edges than me and you when they move like Midas. A super strider, making hyperlights try to keep up and wrap the fight up at the second round. They saw me slip and dip and sleep 'em while stuck inside the simian mode, snuck in bohemian groves. I saw the light from the road. I'm coming back off the ropes. Hit 'em with a semi, they fold. Close light 'em in the Remington rolls. Lived in a million homes, international. I got the militant's pose. like the murder she wrote. 5 minutes to midnight, they retcon the flows. They bodying like dead wasps and roses. The dawn do dance, I take the wushu stance. But I move like plants, with the strength to move planets. Dropped advance payment for Merc bonnets. Bomb like Adam, throw songs at comets. Bond be asking for long hits, yeah he lost it. Calm like I just stack bad players' losses. They thought they could castle and trade both these queens. Maybe if this was really their dream, zero compromise, yeah I'm that 10% queen. My god, caribou crocs, I eat Venetian greens. I make the biggest screen lean, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean, ayy. Yeah, you know what I mean, ayy. You gotta be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine, she gonna take that ride with me. You gotta be so high, y'all. Take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine, gonna take that ride with me. You gotta be so high, y'all. Take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine, you gotta take that ride with me. You gotta be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine, you gotta take that ride with me. So they ask me, but what can you do for me? You know I'm hard to please. Anything is good except for preaching to priests. For real, you might end up owing your keys. You might end up in the back on your knees. Fuck you pay me is the way to the cheese. I'ma take over Earth, I have infinite schemes. I've stolen a million dreams. So you gonna join the team? We're gonna play you like the Mets as a benchwarmer McKean. Set you up with a diet made entirely of beans. So you end up in a coffin with some cracks in the seams. But first you gotta change up your style. You wanna go ball out, gotta learn how to smile. Make sure your teeth is white enough to be seen for a mile. You can add to the pile while you're tasting your bile. Is your manager Kyle? He can bandage you up after you do crack for a while. Hannah Montana turned to Girls Gone Wild. You and your niggas gon' be bleeding out viral. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. You gotta be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine. You're gonna take that ride with me. You gotta be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine, y'all. She gonna take that ride with me. You gotta be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine. You gotta take that ride with me. The way she be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine, y'all. You gotta be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine. Yeah, you gonna take that ride with me. The way she be so high. Just take that shit and vibe with me. The way she be so fine. You're gonna take that ride with me.
Approaching the open mouth of the labyrinth, 3 scrolls hang from above, and the smell of raided incense travels to your nose without permission. The symbols inscribed on these scrolls collect the data of a present afterworld. But who wrote them? This technology is not familiar to you. Are they still here now? Will they be coming back? The work Nurkowarsa has lived through a performance on December 11, 2021, where beings of an inner world were made visible and present through the windows of Mama. Gilang Anomanik speaks on how his practice is shaped and the story he tells us.
My name is Gilang Anomanapumanik. I'm a visual and performing artist based in Bandung, Indonesia. I use drawing, painting, installation, video art, visual mapping, and fashion performance as my medium for my visual work. And on my performance piece, I use body movement and mantra singing. Sanskrit is a script that I created as one of my visual identities. By communicating with the inner self, altering mind to its trance state, to form an asemic text, and Bahasa Rasa is a asemic mantra where imagination and feeling spoke out through an encrypted word, using language as an instrument for the inner self to spread its message. The base concept of my work is through Orshi world, a world that is forged by question and curiosity of the universe structure. Through its beings, stories, pattern, language, and movements. Nur Kawarsa is an installation and a ceremonial ritual performance piece. Nur, which means light, and Kawarsa, which means the inner self or the purest form of self. It discusses about the belief in space and time of the afterlife. The installation is an asemic writing. In the ceremonial ritual performance, it tells about our soul's journey to the worlds beyond death, through mantra, throat singing, bahasa rasa, body movements, and electroacoustic ambience as the medium for the storytelling. It is still a mystery on what we will encounter after we leave our own body. In this limited information, our imagination may fill the empty space for our curiosity. Nur Kawarsa is a place to contemplate, to find ourselves, the core of our soul, a place to envision on what journey that we will go through within our spiritual perspective.
While exiting the mouth of the labyrinth, you turn the corner to find yourself at a dark crevice. Before entering it, your ears are hugged by a name and a being who tells you about this name. You enter the crevice and fall into the darkest hour of the night. Here, they speak the language of the eye. Emerging from the meandering walls is a work by Torona, who will also explain the focused narrative in her practice and how this is shaped in the work reflective material.
Hello, my name is Tarona, and I'm an artist and director based in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. My work is a continuous exploration and examination of both the visual representation and misrepresentations of Black and Afro-diasporic peoples through film and photography. It is also an exploration of the self, what it means to be of mixed racial descent, spanning continents, and the implication for current and future generations' collective identity. In the European visual landscape, the erasure of Black Caribbean and South American identity is palpable. As they are not a monolith, neither is the representation that is publicly consumed. I am seeking to explore the ways in which the diaspora, in its varied fullness, is represented and contribute to cultivating an alternative and expanded way of knowing and being for Black and Afro-diasporic people. With my work, Reflective Material, a new and ongoing visual research with a strong focus geared toward the Black and Afro-diasporic experience, I experiment with the philosophy of a lingua franca, a language that is used for communication between those who do not share a native language. The themes observed in this work explore modes and notions of being in between worlds, navigating different spaces, and the practice of multilingualism. It uses the language of photography as a point of departure to weave and bundle ideas into a concrete object while simultaneously illuminating the complexity of identity defined by oneself and decentering the Eurocentric narrative and gaze. This work was initially shaped from my own experiences, having been born in one place, having grown up in another, and navigating multiple spaces and cultures at the same time, while consistently feeling an undercurrent pressure of having to choose between these worlds. Throughout the years, developing as a person, but also as an artist, I had trouble finding reason in having to choose at all and opted to acceptance of the self, in which I was allowed to be all of these parts simultaneously and being able to navigate them all equally as powerful. The importance of passing this knowledge on is why this work has come to life and shall continue to expand for the years to come. I will continue to research the ways in which being in between worlds, navigating different spaces, and the practice of multilingualism can be seen as a superpower rather than a hindrance.
We have come to the end of the labyrinth. We thank you for listening along and hope that you've enjoyed the interviews with each artist. Thank you to everyone who contributed to the exhibition. Team Mama, the performers and workshop facilitator Daryl Grutfam, Magdalena Petrova, Quinn Lee, Sarafina Paulina Bonita, and Venla Mila Karina. Thank you to the production team who helped construct the world of the labyrinth and the artists who helped carefully sculpt the landscape. Also, thank you to Roxette Capriles, who created the scenography of the labyrinth. We will now send you off with the last song by Be Almighty.
3, 2, 1. Plantation ranges from Venice Beach to Staten Island, Tanzania to Tokyo, yeah, your house to my apartment. We built it brick by brick, then sealed our souls inside of the armament, and grew our unkept nails and tails so long we couldn't touch a place. Overseer to an officer, yeah, 6-shooter to a Glock, horse riding Terminator, now he's in the Interceptor. Target seen to intercept ya, in the sleet they've come to get ya. Feel the heat, you still got debts, bet again and feel the sweepstakes. Greet my grandfather's ghost every time that I meditate. My father's born of calloused hands, both of them deserve better. We eat grapes and gold and Webley cheddar. 3 generations gon' make it better. They feathered us better, just gonna got better and lettered each creation with care. I built my house and I built my stairs, left out the light and I lost my hair. Still carry my pipe and I'm trying to share. My back is bent and my skin is bare and I'm done. Yeah, and I'm done. When I run. Ow! Oh my god, fire. It's okay. Just vibe with it, you know. Just vibe with it. As the silence becomes, yes, the birds take the crumbs. She may see her first steps, yes, the training is done. Blasted rock faces, monoliths of the past. In case she was graceless, like in case she is aghast by the fact that she made it. By those own bleeding palms, she cast a pine. The final steps to see those 8 figures drawn in white robes, triple K. Slay a dragon, burn his offspring, all their minds into a summoning. Anunnaki words are the summoning. Extra rays beneath them eyes and scarab blades, I skin them like cats. Vibe with it. Hey. Oh, yo.